Hello ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for checking out my new video. Today we're looking at Star Citizen again. This is the Aero View hangar. My name is Darth Rich, and we're going to have a look at one of the new spacecraft that I have in my hangar. Now, it's kind of an exciting time for me, because I remember many moons ago when I first became aware of Star Citizen, there was one spacecraft that jumped out at me and kind of said that that would be the spacecraft that I would like to fly in the persistent universe. Now, at the time, I remember thinking that, my goodness, that's a lot of money. I can't ever see myself be spending that before the game's released. But lo and behold, due to my newfound obsession with Star Citizen, we have laid some dollars down, and we've now got this spacecraft in the hangar. Now, anybody that's watched the other videos that I've made, first of all, thank you very much, and secondly, you know that like one-on-one fighter combat is not what I'm looking for out of Star Citizen. I'm looking for exploration, trade, transport, interacting with other people and PvE environment. But I also want to make sure that I'm reasonably protected as well. So, as I turn this corner, and as I'm sure you'll know because of the title of the video, we have the Freelancer. Freelancer is a very popular spaceship in Star Citizen. You know, I think it's one of those things, when you like something like this, or you like it for a certain reason, you kind of think that you might be alone, but I'm pretty sure, reading from the forums and the community posts, that this is one of the more popular ships. It's certainly a lot larger than anything else that I own, which is exciting to start off with, but it also has different abilities and capabilities as well. So, as you can see, it looks absolutely beautiful from up here, and on the other side we can see the Origin 300 series and the Aurora, and you can see that it dwarfs those in comparison. There are larger ships in the game, and I'm sure you've probably seen other YouTubers with those, but for me this is this is pretty exciting, and I can't wait to sit in the cockpit, fire it up, and take it out of the hangar. But as we all know, that's quite some time off, so all we can do now is look starry-eyed at it in the hangar and have a good look around. So just go down the lift here, and first of all, let's have a look around the outside. First things first. Now, I did remark on the level of detail of some of the other ships that I've had a look at in the hangar. This is, to me personally, is just on an absolute different level. It's just absolutely fantastic. Now, I know there's some optimization issues with the graphics, and I don't think AA is present at all. But even still, the level of detail, the lighting, the reflection is absolutely quite something. So we can see, first of all, as we just said, it's a substantial vessel. Huge hull there, two massive engines, and quite an arsenal of rockets as well. So it's certainly something not to be messed with in the open universe. So we've got some quite substantial landing gear there to take the substantial weight. We can see there's a cargo door used for loading and unloading, and the two forwards thrusters there. Now, the max power plant for the Freelancer is 5. Now I think it's fitted with a power plant size 4 to start off with. So all these things can be replaced. Some of the things that are fitted at the moment won't be present in the final version, and then there may obviously be other things that are brought in as well. So this is all subject to change, but you can go onto the website, and there's some, you know, it's really cool kind of looking at at all the statistics of the different ships and how they compare with each other. Whether they're fully accurate or obviously they are subject to change, but you know, it's quite nice to go and have a look. So as I say, we can see one of the wings out here. There's quite a few rockets, not to be messed with. They look quite serious, and I really like the style, the finish to this ship. It does look a bit weathered. Now, considering there was nothing to say that this was a second-hand ship that I was buying, it's a little bit strange, but I do really like the look of it. You know, it looks like it's seen a scrape or two, and you know, somebody who likes sci-fi and somebody that particularly likes the mid-range vessels with, you know, perhaps a fairly small crew on it. You know, it's kind of reminiscent of something like, maybe not Firefly, but something like Red Dwarf, and you can imagine a group of people getting into some mishaps and to some scrapes, and that's what I'm kind of looking forward to possibly doing in this spacecraft. And you know, from that angle there, it's, you know, it looks absolutely fantastic. If we get close up to these cannons, you know, they're huge. These certainly look like they mean business. Again, the level of detail, if we get really close up, you know, looks very, very nice indeed. If you've seen the commercial for the Freelancer, you will have seen these in action. There's a point where there's a long guy in his Freelancer transporting some cargo, and it looks like he's going to get into some trouble by two scouts or pirates, and they're both flanking him one each side, and these side cannons soon take care of those, and he can go on his merry way. So it's certainly not without protection, even though it is, you know, it does look like a transport ship of sorts. So if we just look around here, we can see the intakes there for those rather large thrusters. The max engine size is size 5. The factory engine is the Arca Duo 400. No idea what that means, but it sounds pretty good to me. I'm not quite sure what this is underneath. I presume this is the shield generator. I've seen this style of fitment fitted to most of the ships, so I presume that's some sort of shield generator. So it's not without its defense as well as its offense as well. So without further ado, I think we should go and have a look inside. So you can either rent it from the cargo bay, or you can enter up here. I think this is obviously part of the landing gear, but it's also where you can enter the spacecraft as well. So as soon as we come in, if we just swing around here, you can see the galley, I guess. And again, as we've said countless times, the detail and the graphics are like nothing I've ever seen. The way that these tiles are grilled, but you can see all the workings and everything that's underneath. It's just you know, absolutely fantastic, really good indeed. So we've got what looks like 4 beds here. Well, it is 4 beds. Now it does state on the website that the maximum crew for this spacecraft is 2. Now whether that means that there's just 2 people that can interact with the actual flying and combat at any one time, I don't know, but you know, it's quite obvious that there's enough room for 4 people here. So whether you take it in turns as 2 sleep or something like that, you know, I don't really know. But if you've got any travellers that are wanting to tag along on your escapades, then it looks like there's certainly room for them. Now whether that means that there's room for any people further than that, I really don't know. But you know, the idea of getting together with a group of friends is one of the things that really kind of excites me, and hopefully you'll be able to do it in something like this. So we can have a look at the seats there. Look very nice. There's not an awful lot of information going on here, and what will be the final information that's available to you, I don't really know. We can only speculate at this moment in time. So this is the main cockpit area. As we can see, there's enough room here for a pilot and co-pilot. I don't think we can differentiate between the 2 sides at this moment in time. But if we just sit down here, you can see that there's a good view from left to right. You can see plenty of what's going on there, and if we just have a look up here, we can also see there's a very nice sunroof as well. Excellent. So there's plenty of information going on as well. There's plenty of dials and displays. These probably look pretty much like placeholders at this moment in time. Whether you'll be able to get real-time information back from these, I could only suspect that that will be the case, but I don't actually know. Excellent. So if we just want to just get out of here now. And again, the detail is quite something. We can see some exposed wire in there, and what looks like some piping as well. You can see the fitment there, where the glass is, the rivets and everything, and the way the lighting comes through. Looks very nice indeed, very nice indeed. I don't think we can get in the beds here. No. Okay, but you can just see in there actually. Maybe we can, I don't know. There's a screen there by the looks of things, so when you're sat in your bunk having some time down, whether you could be able to entertain yourself with something, or if it's just there for feedback of what's going on, I'm not entirely sure, but all very exciting. Some storage underneath there, and if we just go a bit further down here, looks like this could be some sort of display. I don't think this one comes down. There is some storage boxes there, and I think on this side we can bring this one down, so you know, there's definitely a seat there with some screens of information and such, and it really looks like something where a third person could sit, but as I said, the official word on the website is that it holds a maximum crew of 2. So we've got a utility area here, sink, and not quite sure what that is, but presumably it's there for food preparation and such. And on this side we've got a shower and presumably a bathroom as well, so you've got all the facilities there to make sure that hygiene is your #1 key when you're traveling in deep space. And if we just move through to this area here, this is where the floor opens up to be able to exit via the landing gear there. And if we just open this up here, it takes us through to a small area. Now, whether this is an airlock of some nature, I presume it is. If you just look down on the floor, again, the lighting and reflection, absolutely fantastic. There's also a docking collar there. So I suppose it would make sense that this could be used for a decompression chamber, but it could also potentially be used for storage as well. And when we talk about storage, this is where the majority of our cargo is going to go. Again, this is, you know, quite a significant space, so certainly bigger than anything I've seen in game so far. I know there are much larger ships, but I get a bit giddy when I see something like this. It looks absolutely great. So if we just look back to the front now, we get an idea of the scale of this ship. So we're probably about halfway in length, something like that. You can see all the way through to the cockpit there. Again, detail, sound like a broken record, but it just needs mentioning. You know, you can see the welds there. Everything's rendered in, you know, full 3D. You can see the wires and the cables there, and you can also see the floor under the grill. Whether that could be used for more storing, or perhaps you'd be able to hide contraband up there under there or something. I don't know, but quite something indeed. So there's not much more to see. It's kind of similar all the way down. Got the pipes and such. One thing we do have at the back is a turret. I think this is a manned turret. I don't actually know. It's not something we can get in a moment. I know it's showing that we can interact with it there, but that's just for opening the cargo door. So if we just want to open the cargo door now, we can see there it is, it's open. And again, if we look back all the way through to the cockpit, you can see we've now got you know, a reasonable length. The length itself is 32 meters of the Freelancer, and it's 15 meters wide, and it's 8 meters high, so substantial spacecraft. I think as far as I've read, that it is one of the largest ships that will be able to make some of the smallest jumps, so for that you know, for that reason alone, it's going to be a fairly sought after spacecraft, I think. You know, you don't have to spend a huge amount of money more to go up to something like the constellation Taurus, which has a huge amount more storage capacity for transport. But again, if it's not able to dock at certain starports or land on certain planets or perhaps make certain jumps, you need to consider that, because you know, when we are in the persistent universe, then things like running costs, crew costs, repairs, fuel, everything will come into it. So you know, I think the Freelancer will probably hit that sweet spot for most people between utility and also the cost of running as well. So for that reason alone, you know, I think one of the Freelancers will make it into my hangar. Now, quite which one it will be, I don't actually know, because there are a few different variants. This one is the base Freelancer, which kind of meets the best of both worlds. The next one up, which is probably more suited to me, is called the Freelancer DUR, or DUR. Now that does sacrifice a little bit of storage space for the cargo, but it does have increased jump capabilities and scan equipment. So perhaps for, you know, a bit of exploration and for transport, that'll be fairly a fairly good spacecraft. I think it also has increased fuel tanks as well, so if you want to go a bit further without stopping, then that could be the one. There is also out of the standard variants, there's also the Freelancer Max, which has a much bigger cargo capacity, and also has extra engines as well to be able to cope with that extra weight. There is also a combat variant as well that is able to restock with rockets mid-flight, and also sports the facility for a third crew member as well. But that's a special edition one. It's only available for either sale or upgrade at certain times, and it isn't at this moment in time. So that's my first look at the Freelancer, and it's been a long time coming for me. Star Citizen has very quickly become my #1 obsession, and I can't wait to have a look at some of the more specialist space vehicles and spacecraft. So yeah, really looking forward to it, and continue to read up on it and to learn more about it as time goes on. So if you made it this far in the video, first of all, thank you very much. It certainly means a lot to me that somebody perhaps could be interested enough to watch one of my videos. If you do have any comments, then you know, please do leave them, and if you would like to see more content of Star Citizen, then I'll certainly be making more videos for my own benefit. But if you'd like to tag along as well and maybe have a look at them, then feel free to subscribe as well. Okay, my name's Darth Rich, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.